So you're here because you are a business owner and you want to scale your business and take it to the next level, and you understand one of the best ways to actually do that is to implement technology, not only just to grow your business, it's also to sustain it on the long run. So in this video, I will show you a step-by-step strategy how you can actually do that on the smallest budget possible. Before we dive in, let me tell you more about myself and my experience. My name is Kerolos Hemai. I'm a business development and technology integration specialist. I've been helping business owners to actually scale the business by find the right tech solutions for them. Throughout my career, I have found a big gap between the understanding of technology and businesses, and I have found most of the business owners, they really struggle to find what the right tech solutions is. And when you found the right tech solutions, it's hard for them to deploy it. And this is where I'm going to talk about this video, and this is where in general I talk about in this channel. I share my experiences, my knowledge for you, so you can actually find the right tech solution and implement it in the right way. So let's dive in. The first step, set your objective right and do a deep analysis on your competitors. This step a lot of business owners miss. They think they know it all. But when they start studying their business and their competitors, new things come on the way based on my experience. So let me tell you what I mean by studying your business. Any business, regardless what your industry in, it rely on 5 main core values: sales, marketing, operations, customer satisfaction and retention, and product or service. Those are the 5 core main values in any business, regardless what the industry it's in. So start studying those elements, each one of them in your business, and see how technology will improve. So let's say if for operations, you might do an app that connect your customer or your client to your support team, or maybe you can create a dashboard where you can connect that support team or your workers to each other. There is so many solutions you can think about it, or you can even include something like AI where it can actually collect the data. So start thinking about how technology can actually improve one of these areas. I know maybe you don't have a lot of knowledge about technology, but imagine, because technology can do anything for you. It's just about us to know how we can actually utilize it to what we think or what we can imagine what it would do in our business. The second stage in the first step is to do deep analysis on your competitors. It's so important to study those 5 main elements on the big brand in your industry. Something like Amazon, they had a problem with shipping. It's something very known in its industry. In the online retail stores, it's always shipping is a problem. But see how Amazon utilized technology and built a tech solution like it called Amazon Flex, where it can actually connect the drivers to the warehouse and give them commissions based on how fast they can actually ship their product. And by doing so, they have filled the gap in the industry. They have found how they can actually utilize the technology to improve the industry in general by only creating an app and just implement it. Probably the cost even to create an app, comparing how big the brand is, it was nothing. The third stage in the first step is study your industry. Know the biggest problem in your industry that nobody have ever thought this problem could be fixed. And this is where you need to implement technology in, so you can lead in your industry in a really short time when you fix this kind of problem. And that will move us to the step number 2, to designing and put an actionable plan, something you can actually work on and see where you're going. I would recommend to start this step with a tech expert, someone who can actually study your business and help you out to introduce technologies into the plan you have or into the ideas you have gained from the first step. Make sure this person have a full understanding of business development, so they don't just help you to implement technology, to actually recommend technologies, because probably at this stage you're not even sure what the types of technology out there can help you fix the problem. And sit with him and actually put a practical plan and see how can actually technology can fill this gap and what's the outcome we'll get from after you implementing this technology. And break down the cost with him, because probably he has a lot of knowledge about the cost of implementing this type of technology you're looking for. So sit with him and break down the cost and see if that something is going to be flexible to your budget. And what I recommend you, the way you do the budget, do it in different times. So let's say tell him, if I want to implement this technology in 3 months, how much will it cost me? And if I want to implement this technology in 6 months, how much will it cost me? How about if I want to implement it in the next 2 years? What's the cost so you actually can do something about it. Because some business owners, the ask is like, oh, I want to do this in 3 months, so the price probably will come as like $1 million, and there's like, oh, $1 million too much. But if you actually break that $1 million into 2 years, now it's actually something practical. It's something you actually can do, and at the same time you growing your business and you making sure it will sustain in the long run. The third stage in the second step, it's actually to start designing and have something called a prototype. So basically the prototype is actually the design of your solution, is how your design will look like. And this is very cheap, by the way. It's not really costly at all. You'll be able to have the design in something $400 or $500, maybe $1,000 maximum. If you have something very complicated, it will go up to $5,000, but this is basically the average. It depends what you're really gonna do. And then take that prototype and start showing it to your coworkers, show it to the people in your workplace, and tell them, this is what we're gonna implement. What do you think? Will that help you in your operation? And maybe you can go to ask, if you're gonna do a tech solution for the sales, you're gonna ask the sales team, would that something will help you? And go ask the marketing team, is that something will help you? And then you go, maybe even you take it a step further and go tell your clients you're thinking to implement this type of technology to help them to have a better quality service or product, and see what their feedback is. And based on the feedback, now we can move to the step after this, which is the third step, which is the full deployment. When you go into deployment, the first thing I recommend you to do is break this stage into 3 different periods. The first period is called MVP, the minimum viable product. The second period, it's called optimization. The third step called maintenance. Based on my experience, this is the 3 main stages most of the softwares or any tech solutions they go through. The second things I would recommend you to do in this stage, put a separate budget for each stage of them. So let's say for MVP, the minimum viable product, which is the first product you will take to actually give it to your client or give it to your workplace, depends on the tech solutions you want to develop. And this is where you actually can see your tech solution in its place. The second stage is optimization. So when it's actually live, now you need to do some optimization to actually improve the quality of the tech solution itself. By the feedback people will give you about how this actual tech solutions help them and what they actually hoping to have in the next phase. And then the third stage, which is maintenance, after you actually have 100% deployed the app and everybody using it fine, now it's about maintenance. Now to make sure this app will maintain in the long run. And then start putting the budget on each one of them. How much you actually want to invest in the first stage, which is the MVP. How much you want to invest in the optimization. How much is going to have left when you go to the maintenance. And you need to make sure about you have covering those 3 stages, because I have seen this so many times. Business owners, they dive in, they go to the first stage, which is MVP, and then they struggle to get to the second stage, which is optimization, and then they have no more investment to move on to the third stage, which is maintenance. And the third things I recommend in step 3 is put periods. Put periods of each stage of them. So let's say in the MVP, what I recommend is something between 3 to 4 months. For optimization, something between 4 to 6 months. For maintenance, something between 6 to 12 months. And by that time, when you get to the maintenance, I hope you already understand your technology very well and you have already hired someone in-house to maintain the app for you, so you don't just rely on the outsourcing. By following this strategy, you have secured that tech solution in your business, and you had make sure this tech solution, it will work, and you also had make sure you have enough budget to actually implement it and to finish it all the way to the end. And this is exactly the same work frame I use with my own clients. So if you're interested to know more, there is the company name called Yerma.us. Just go check out the website and maybe you can schedule a free session with us where we can actually go over your business and see what your plan for your business and how we can implement a tech solution for it. And I also, if you want to know more and dig deep, I have made a video about how AI can actually help a pizzeria, which is considered a medium-sized owner in its own industry. So you can go out, check this video, because I have talking about a lot of insights, a lot of data. So you can really take some really good insights from this video. So you're gonna find somewhere around the screen here. So just go watch this video after this rather, because it's gonna give you a lot of insight about the things you're gonna need to do in your business if you want to utilize the data you've been having for the past years. So thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.